So welcome guys. Today we are going to set up your development environment for data structure and algorithm, ensuring you are ready to code efficiently and effectively. Let's dive into the essentials of setting up your development environment for DSA. First, why is it important to set up your development environment? Efficiency is the key. You will be able to write and test your codes quickly. Debugging becomes easier, allowing you to catch errors early, and most importantly, a consistent environment ensures you can follow along with the tutorials without any issue. The first step is choosing the right IDE or text editor. IDE stands for the Integrated Development Environment. That's give you a better development environment, and I recommend Visual Studio Code for its flexibility and extensive plugin support. There are so many extensions on VS Code that you would like to use and share. Other popular options include CodeBlock, Eclipse IDE, and JetBrains CLAN. Eclipse IDE is famous for its Java development, and JetBrains CLAN is for C++ and C. And there are other options like Atom and the new ones IDs you can search on Google, or you will find the link in the description of an article where all the things will be covered. Next, you will need to install a compiler for Windows. You can use MinGW or Windows Subsystem for Linux, that is WSL, and for Mac users you should install Xcode command line tools or just simply use Homebrew. And in the Linux, of course, GCC is your go-to compiler. Now, as I said, I like VS Code for its extensive support to different things and very vast library of extensions, and it's very lightweight and developed by Microsoft, of course. So this is the best coding IDE I ever found, and you can trust on VS Code because the popular YouTubers and all the developers use VS Code for the performance for development. Setting up VS Code is straightforward. Install the C++ extension and code runner. You can also set up shortcut for running your code or configure task.json and launch.json for more advanced setups. That we are not going to do that, and we will just set up a shortcut key. And in my VS Code I already set it up, but let me show you that how to download. You just have to search VS Code, and my system is Mac, so I will download it for Mac OS. And here it is default showing the Mac OS thing because it detected my system as Mac. Now I have to click on download, and it will download the setup file that is in .zip, then .dmg, and I will get it. I already downloaded it. You have to install it just like a normal software. I use Cursor, and this is built over VS Code because VS Code is a open source project, so maybe they have forked it, but let me use the VS Code here, and I will drag and drop it here. And now let's open this, and in starting you will not get these files. For that you have to click on open and go to your folder and create a new folder here. That may be your name, just like I am giving it a name with DSA with sh, and let's create it. And this will be our folder for our whole DSA tutorial. And let's open it, and let's open it in full screen, and we will run our first C program or CPP program in this video only. And let's close this, and for now we have set up our VS Code. Let's go to next slide, that is running the code in VS Code. Running your code in VS Code is easy with Code Runner. You can simply press the shortcut key Ctrl+Alt+N, and in Mac Control is replaced by Command, Alt is replaced by Option, and N is replaced by N. And or click the play button on the top right, and let's create a normal C program. That will be our sh.c. name, you can name it anything, just like main.c, but the extension should be .c. And we don't be afraid, we will use C++, all the things, because they are similar. So we will use both languages for our DSA playlist, and you can also run the code from here. See, the shortcut is option then dot, and this will not run. See, it is behind the scene, it's running the GCC command in our terminal. It's going to current direct here, current direct to current folder, then compiling our C file, and then showing the result. And of course we have written nothing, so it will show nothing. So for that we have to install GCC, and for installing GCC in Mac we have to use brew install, or you can search for homebrew, and just go here and copy and paste it here, and it's all set. Just write the password, click enter, and I already had installed it. Let it be reinstalled. And we will also talk about the Git control system in this video, because this is also a necessary thing for developers. You can also search for GCC and then download, because you need a compiler that will convert your code to computer readable code, and you can download this from here. And this is for Windows only, and for Mac I am showing, and for Ubuntu or Linux you can directly install the build essentials that will install Git, GCC and all the things for you. And I like this very much, how to install the build essential directly by copying these two commands. And let's close this, and I think I have covered all the OSs here, operating systems. Now it's installed it. Now you have to write brew install, and brew is a very good package. By the way, it's a package manager, and you can download so many packages using brew. And after installing GCC, you can write GCC then -v for seeing the version of your GCC compiler, then close it, and it's downloading, and I don't need this. Let's close this. That will be the shortcut will be Ctrl+C. I am also going to teach you some shortcut and the bonus things here. And let's go to our slides. And for installing Git, if you know about Git, that is very good, but if you don't know about Git, the Git is the only thing that developers should always know, or the thing that no developer should miss out. Git is a code version control system, and you can search the definition on internet, and just you can think for now that you can host your codes here. Just like if this is my repository, this is my username, and this is my repository where I can upload all my codes and manage the versions here using commits and push pull. We can collaborate here with other developers, and we can create branches, separate things. There are so many features I can't explain here. You can just treat it like a code hosting, just like a Google Drive for codes. Okay, now we have to create a new repository for our project. Then we will integrate Git here, and we install GCC now, and this is the full development setup including Git, and you can see it is very good. Now I have organization for this for my YouTube channel, that is TechSet. So I'm changing the owner, and let's name it DSA with SH, and now create it as a public repository. By default, organization repositories are private. And add a readme file. I think we don't need a readme file for now, and we can write learn DSA with. Okay, now you can also give a license here, and if you don't know about license, just search it. And git ignore is also a very good feature, you will learn it later. And let me set it to none. In the series you will learn many more about not only DSA, you will learn about so many things, so many other things also. Let's create a repository, and it's very easy to set up. You have to download Git. For that, search for git install, and for Mac it's just brew install git. Just you have to write brew install git, and it will install all the things. And for Linux, just use the build essentials command, and for Windows you can download it from here. Let's close it, and we have to, I will explain you each code. Firstly, let's control K for clearing the terminal, and we have to git init. That will initialize the git repository here, and here it's hidden, but .git folder has been created in the current repository. And after initializing it, we have to set the remote origin to this. And the first time, if you have not added your password here, you have to enter the personal access token, that is PAT. That will come from going to settings, and you can search for any video on YouTube for that. That's a easy setup. And in many cases you can directly click on login and login with GitHub on your browser directly. And you have to set the branch to main. Okay, then push origin, and I think this will create an error because we have to write something. Let's write include stdio.h, and forgot what I am writing. Just say this int main function, that is printf and hello world. And instead you can write, this is the basic structure and the required thing. You have to this is the convention to write hello world as our first program, but we will write I love you, then your girlfriend's name. But for now I am writing my name because I love myself. And give a \n. Let's write my full name. And now I have setted a shortcut with option, then this key. Let me show you this. So when I will click this, it will run this, and it will show I love you Shashwat. Now you can do it manually by typing gcc, then your file name sh.c, and this will create a.out file. And for now you have to run a.out file. For that you can directly run it by giving the path of the file /a.out, and it will run it. Okay, and if I will change it to any another thing and run the same file, it will not update it. For now I have to compile it once, and it will overwrite the a.out file. And when I run it, you can see it here, we got it. For getting the extension for C, you just have to go to this four squares, and this is the extension tab. And now you have to search for cpp and download the first extension. This is C++, this extension over 69 million downloads. and you can click on install here, and it will be installed. Just like you have to click on install from here, and this will be installed. But no need to download this. You have to search for code runner, and this is the extension. You will get a play button here after installing this extension, and you can directly click on here, and your code will run now. And you can also download this prettier extension for prettifying your code. It's like if you do this and click on prettify, it will organize my code. Just right click. After messing up with my code, if I do right click and click on format document, it will format it. So for now we have learned about how to run our C program using GCC compiler, and how to integrate it with Git. Let's commit it here. For this you can also use git commit, then give a message, or you can directly type the message and click on commit, but I am showing you the raw way. First DSA program, and then after committing, we have to add stage all the changes. Dot means all the files, and instead of dot you can also specify the name, just like sh.c, and then you have to add git commit, then message, and it's committed now. You have to run git, then push, and after adding push, if you will refresh, you will find this. But we have to set the upstream for the first time. After that you never have to set the upstream to main. And now you can reload it, and your codes will be here, and you can share this link to your friends, and if it's a public repository, your friends will be able to download. And you can also collaborate with your friends by going here and then collaborate and teams, and then you can invite any people here with your friends. You can do code with your friends, and I would like to hear you that what you are doing in here. And wait, I will show you at the last what I wanted to say. And this is the recommended resource for DSA and C++, that is Geek4Geeks and VisuAlgo and LeetCode, and the three of them have different works, and I will show you later. And if you want to learn C++ or any other programming language, I will say you to go with W3Schools, or for second you can go with Geek4Geeks and other websites. For mastering DSA and C++, I recommend resources like Geek4Geeks, VisuAlgo and LeetCode. For language specific tutorials, W3Schools is a great place to start, offering guides for C++, Python, Java and JavaScript. And at last, let me first show you the VisuAlgo website. And here let's see the array, and you can visualize. Let's close this, and you can visualize everything. Just like if you want to update, this is the sample code, and this is the animation. You can pause, play and do everything what you want from here. And in future I'm not going to use any pen paper or anything. I will show you here and visualize it you better. But if there is a requirement, I may use pen paper or other things, but I will try to keep things modern. And last but not the least part, you can visit this website. This is my website. I created it for the DSA purpose on Blogspot to do a fast development, and this is developed on Gitbook or created using Gitbook. And if you want to learn on using Python, you can use this website. and it's all set now, and it's using Next.js to create a member website. Okay, that's just a bonus. Stay engaged with the community. Share your daily coding progress on LinkedIn and Twitter using the hashtag DSA with SH, and tag me at the rate SS20Raj. Join developers community on platform like dev.to, Hashnode and Medium to connect with fellow coders. And it's already always recommended to share your progress, log your progress, and show your progress to others. And LinkedIn is a great tool. HRs will see your progress, and on the basis of that they will judge you and ask you for interview or whatever things. And what's next? Familiarize yourself with your chosen IDE and compiler. Practice basic programming concept. Set up Git and GitHub for version control, and dive into coding with DSA problems. And let me explain this thing. Geeks for Geeks. I have shown you the VisuAlgo website. Let me show you Geeks for Geeks. And this is a great website. It's everything related to a coder wants, and every course, practice, blogs, and everything. I think it's created by any Indian guy. And lead code, it's the OG thing you can do here for solving. If you want to solve DSA problems, here are so many questions here on lead code. You can try it out and solve the problems here. Let me log in. I will show you. And it's always recommended that if you are doing any programming related stuff and there is option of login with GitHub, always go with GitHub, because you will always need in deployment. If you're learning web dev or any DSA kind, everything you will need GitHub for that. And GitHub is the OG tool, and I think no one is in the competition of GitHub. So try to use the best tools that are available on internet and that are free to use, and always use. And you can see the difficulty levels here and question of the day here, and you can just click here and solve the question here using your own language. I use JavaScript a lot, and you can try it, and we will solve it together on the YouTube channel in our practice sessions. So stay tuned for that. And I think all things are set up now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and share, and subscribe to TechSaid for more tutorials and coding tips. Happy coding. See you in the next video. Thanks.